We treated him like he was a superstar. I wanted to put him on Broadway, and I wasn't kidding. But I think the reality of his life is that I think at some point he had to get a real job.
Yeah, how often was Mr. Methane booked?
And now that I think about it, he's disgusting. I mean, how many people want to hang around with Mr. Methane?
No one.
My guess is Mr. Methane is retired. But, you know, he's
Thank God he wore a mask.
Yeah, he's such a character. I don't think we'd ever get the real story. Like, I'd love to interview the real Mr. Methane and talk
what
about
life is like for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we'd ever get that. Cause
I mean, really, did Mr. Methane have, like, a website like...
Yeah, he had a website.
I mean, but remember, what is Will the Farter, who's made a living out of this? He had guys who liked to hear him fart. You know, gay websites was where he made some money.
Well, Will the Farter's made his money talking to gay men and showing them, you know, portions of his body. Mr. Methane was actually a performer in the farting sense and actually had an act. The thing is, I'm sure that act made him no money or very little. And I think probably at some point he had to say, you know, I'm hanging up my tights.
But that's what I'm wondering. Was there any segment of the population where you could go and get money on the internet being Mr. Methane?
No. I'm answering that. No. I mean...
and so where did he work?
I don't know. That's the thing. Gary, check into Mr. Methane. I guarantee he's retired.
Problem is still up.
His website's still up.
Yeah.
Problem is, if we interviewed him, he'd act like things are great.
Everything's great because he'd always come in and act as if he was on a roll.
You'd love to know the real story of Mr. Methane.
Yeah,
at least I would.
Yeah,
I'm quite frankly fascinated by Pee Wee Herman.
Did you see
his now Pee Wee Herman again?
Did you see his special on HBO?
I haven't seen it yet.
It's really weird. Like, I tried to get into it. It's his Broadway show. It's on HBO, and it's a whole audience of people who get really excited when the chair starts talking or one of the characters comes in. Like, all of a sudden it's Mr. Twinkie or whatever his name is.
Right.
And then the mailman or Mr. or Jambi.
Yeah, Jambi's in the box.
Right.
I actually went and took my daughter to that show. In person, the show's actually a lot of fun. On TV, it really kind of sucks.
Well, what's weird is that I realize I really am not that into Pee-wee. I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the movie. I think that's a fun movie and everything, but I realized, like, to sit through a whole show of his is sort of annoying. It's not all that funny. I mean, it's creative and inventive, but it's not all that funny. Mm-hmm. There's no real good jokes or anything. And I don't know, it's like word of the day, and then the audience starts screaming out the word of the day, and it's a lot of participation and Pee-wee, and I got to tell you, it's really disturbing that Pee-wee's older now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. When I've seen him in these interviews, it's like he must have expanded that suit. Because he's a bigger guy than he was then. And his face is a little rounder, and it's very obvious the caked on makeup.
Yeah, he looks very... Is there a word pedophilic? You know what I mean?
You know what the weird thing about that special?
Very creepy.
Yeah.
He did an HBO special, Howard, in like 1984. In fact, I think Fran Shea produced it, and it was really interesting. That special that he's doing now on Broadway, it's the same exact thing. I mean, they changed 3 jokes.
Right. So he's doing it on Broadway. It's like the resurrection of Pee-wee, except it's now he's a guy in his 50s. I would guess he's in his 50s, probably his late 50s. And it looks a little creepy.
It looks a lot creepy.
Yeah. And I realize, like, I'm sort
And everybody's sitting there on these TV shows interviewing him, and they're acting like he's okay, which is, it's like looking at bizarre TV.
Well, you know, if you read his Rolling Stone interview, which came out months ago, or maybe even a year ago, I feel like he got sort of framed and set up into a lot of the weirdness. Like, he wasn't, remember they had him, they raided his house about pornography, and they sort of implied that it was like child pornography, and turned out it was nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was just these dumb little statues and stupid
art
stuff.
books or something.
Yeah, it was art books. It was nothing. The guy was totally clean. I don't know what his sexuality is or anything, but he wasn't doing anything weird that the cops found. And then the whole masturbation in the movie theater, like he says, that just didn't happen. Now, whether it did or didn't, I don't know. If it happened, that's creepy. But if it didn't, he's fucked. Like, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time they made a mistake about something like that or framed a guy. So, but nevertheless, I just realized that the whole Pee-wee thing I'm not that into, because I was like, I got to sit and watch this because it's Pee-wee's back on TV. It's Pee-wee. And I realized I don't even think I like the original Pee-wee.
I never watched a whole episode.
Me neither. I'd always get bored. It's just not my thing.
Right, I watched the movies, but...
Yeah.
They worked on those and tweaked them until they actually had a flow and a rhythm.
Did your daughter like it?
She did, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's more about the spectacle, and I mean, most of the jokes went over her head.
Right.
I mean, she liked the talking chair, she liked the computer shit, so it was fun. But the way they shot it, they really did not do him any.
Yeah, I wasn't having any fun.
No, they did a bad job shooting that.
But it's almost like when people sit and talk to Kermit the Frog like he's really there. You're talking to this guy dressed up like, I don't know what, a little boy, a retarded boy. I don't know what Pee-wee's supposed to be. And nobody's mentioning, like you're older now.
Yeah.
When are you going to stop dressing like this? Not having a real conversation.
Yeah, it was weird. Aaron, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, it's good to talk to you, Howard. Hey, if you ever need Photoshop help, I'll be glad to help you. I've been using that program for 15 years and still barely know what's going on because it's so complex. So,
well, why would he ask you since you hardly know what's going on?
well,
Yeah, here's a guy who's offering me help, and he goes, I don't know what's going on. I've been using it 15 years, and I don't know what's going on. I mean,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
You're a slower learner than I am. I think in 15 years I might know it. But, no, I got a guy helping me. It's just I'm slow to learn it. It's just a lot to learn.
It's a great program, and, hell, I've been, like I said, I've been doing graphic design and stuff like that for 15 years, and, hell, I use Photoshop just to play a lot of jokes and pranks, and I call it, visual sabotage, get a photo of somebody at a party or something, and,
Yeah, there's nothing more satisfying me than, like, taking out, like, Bianca's nose looked fucked up in a picture, so I blackened it up a little bit and darkened it, and I'm, like, so proud of myself. Beth walks in the room and goes, what are you doing? I go, look at this. I just made Bianca's nose look dark. And she's like, oh, my God. You're so fucking proud of yourself. And then I was on that, my Apple computer. I made a card.
Uh-huh.
And, you put personal pictures in with the card.
See, I'd like to do that, like to put something personal on a note to somebody.
I did that. And then it was like, Beth walked in and saw me doing that. She goes, what are you doing now? I go, I'm making a card. She got into it, though. She helped me with the card. I love all that shit when everything's working right.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, but I realized that gives me more satisfaction than anything, making a stupid card and being able to actually print it out. It just makes me very, very excited.
But does it print out like a card, or is it on just a sheet of
Now
paper?
you order it from the Apple Store.
So now you've got to order special paper?
Oh, no, they print the whole thing out for you.
Oh, and then it comes to you in the mail?
Yeah.
Oh.
I dropped $300 on that. $300 on my card.
Is it a special edition card or something?
No, I just made up my own, I made my own card.
That's awesome.
So we made up some cards for some stationery.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. I did that. I'm sure, like, I fucked it up, so they'll come and I'll have like 100.
You'll be miserable.
I'll have
with
100 cards for $300 that I can't even use.
But you previewed it, right?
I previewed it. It looked fine. I don't know. We'll see what happens. You talk about waste of time. One of our interns, his name is Derek, the intern. He went over to the Kong Off, which is where you play Kong, Donkey Kong, and
jeez.
And it's really something, man. Here's the Kong Off. You got to hear this. This is what it sounds like. This is some guy just they're trying to break the world record at the Kong Off.
With what? How many people
Donkey
are playing
Kong.
Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Or how long? Or how high score? What is
It's a room full of people playing Donkey Kong, going for high score. And it's unbelievable. I mean, you've seen video of this, right? Where,
sure.
Everybody's
in the room on their own machine.
Yeah, guys will stand there and shit their pants rather than walk away if they have a good game going. But anyway, here's the Kong. Yeah! The Kong room.
960, everybody. 965. 966. By who? The doctor. The doctor. Yeah, thank you.
Everybody has a handle. The doctor just broke
right.
960.
You can't just be Ben.
No.
When you're playing Donkey Kong.
Way to go, Doc. That's the way. Under pressure. All right, everybody stay back a little bit.
It's a real geeky room. Reminds me of high school playing cards with my friends on a Friday night. While, like, cool guys were out dating.
Right. They weren't
Yeah. They were out trying to get into some chick's pants.
giving themselves names. They had a name.
Yeah. If you have a name, it ain't going well. Doctor! Like, they go, way to go, doctor! They're all bonding.
Yeah.
Oh.
Matt is getting laid. He's just Matt.
Right.
No whispering.
Tell me what we're waiting for right now.
Actions just got the highest score today.
Yeah.
So it's very possible that he could keep going and break the record.
Yeah, can you describe the scene for us?
That's pretty intense. Everybody's hovering around, just waiting. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
He's got the record now, so for him to break it the third time.
Wow, could you be a little more enthusiastic?
No, you have to be quiet when you're talking, so you don't destroy the guy's game. You can't interrupt a guy who's got a huge game going.
Pretty neat.
Yeah. What was your name? I'm sorry.
I'm John. John Fonte.
Cool.
Notice John isn't playing. That's why
Right,
he's
he has
John.
a regular name. He doesn't have a handle.
Right.
What brought you here?
All this. This is my first time I've ever got to do anything like this.
Cool. All right, so you're not a player, or?
I play, but I'm not a contestant. Yeah, no, this is just, I've been waiting a month to do it.
981,500!
Whoa. It must be huge. If these guys are clapping.
I wouldn't even know.
What's 981,500?
I don't know, but he's saying he's going for the record, and he's about to approach the record, so I don't know what the record is.
Is there a way to turn off the sound on that machine? It's so fucking annoying. I've never played for more than 30 seconds, so I don't get to hear all that music.
Well, apparently that's part of what makes these games addictive.
Yeah. Really? Because I want to throw up from it.
He's still going?
One shy of the kill screen. They attacked him.
Man, he got it. All right, he almost had a kill screen.
Oh, so he died before he got to it?
It's a kill screen. He was just going away from it, but yeah.
Okay, can you explain what a kill screen is?
That's where the game stalls. It runs out of range of stalls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a kill screen in person before?
I just missed one.
Oh, really?
Eric Howard over there got one.
So what's a kill screen?
That's where the game just stops. It runs out of memory.
Wow.
And so you really beat the machine.
Wow.
But he just missed his kill screen. This guy almost got one.
So if you get one, it means you literally, there's no more game left.
Right.
You've gone through the whole game.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, I've never seen one of those. I
I don't
just
think
missed
you can
it.
get there in 30 seconds.
Yeah. I don't know if I could live not seeing a kill screen.
I think there's only been one today.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there's some other dude there.
So what's your name?
My name is Zach.
Zach. Cool. What are you doing here?
I'm actually helping run the Kong off. I've been running merch all day.
He's running merch.
Ooh.
We need a guy to run merch. We don't have any merch. Merch. I've been running merch all day.
I wonder where that merch is.
Yeah. What could that merch be? Kong shirts? Kong off shirts?
Let's say you're in the middle of like an amazing Donkey Kong game. Like you have a shot at being one of the 10 best who could compete in the Kong off.
I'm pretty sure that merch doesn't include condoms. No need for those.
Take your pants to keep going through the game to make that record?
That's a tough one, because on the one hand,
Yeah, he asked him, would you shit your pants and just keep going if you were
Right.
close to like a kill screen or something?
I could see myself in that situation. I don't know. It depends. If I were like right on the precipice, like if I was literally like 2 levels away from the point, I would probably shit my pants.
Yeah.
Not at like a shot, like half an hour out. Don't get me wrong. But
That's commitment.
that's fair. It's a little humiliating to say, but probably.
Good man. I like a man who at least is committed. All right, I got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
And now the Michael Jackson Live Seance with Derek Acora.
Will Michael answer questions? Can the fans ask Michael questions?
Yes, he would like this. He would like this.
Michael, I love you so much. Do you realise how much I love you, Michael?
I feel for your sincerity of love. It is paramount to me to receive that love. I love you also. Me and my hype of love. Dance. Sound.
Wow. We will make sure he is okay during the break. It's time for us to take a quick break. When we come back, there'll be more from Derek.
The Howard Stern Show.
I'm Mitch Fatel. Star comedian Mitch Fatel. When you're super famous, you get to have sex with any girl you want. fiancée Jessica.
Mitch and I are now engaged.